Welcome in, everyone. In this virtual guide, we're embarking on an absolutely incredible exploration into one of the most monumental and visually stunning collections in human history. Today, we're opening the doors to the Hatay Archaeology Museum. And look, we're not just going to look at some dusty artifacts here. We're actually going to trace the real lives lived thousands of years ago, hidden right behind these stones and mosaics. So buckle up, because we are starting a truly unforgettable journey through time.
3,250 square meters. Now, that's not just some random statistic. That is the exact size of the exhibited mosaic area. It's kind of hard to wrap your head around, right? But this mind-blowing scale instantly elevates the Hatay Archaeology Museum to the title of the world's largest mosaic museum. We're talking thousands of square meters of fine craftsmanship, vibrant color, and epic storytelling. Just imagine it. These massive works of art that literally decorated people's homes, temples, and city squares millennia ago are standing right in front of us today, all under a single roof in this monumental space. So, how exactly are we going to navigate this massive 10,700 square meter exhibition space? Well, here is our floor plan for today. First, the world's largest mosaic museum. Second, the memory of stone, statues, and sarcophagi. Third, enchanting mosaics of antiquity. And finally, number 4, thousands of years of continuous history.
Section 1. The world's largest mosaic museum, the origin and scale.
Okay, let's dive into this history. The story of this monumental collection actually kicks off on a hugely significant date back in 1948. This marked the 10th anniversary of Hatay joining the motherland, which obviously holds massive cultural meaning for the region. But, as time went on and archaeologists kept digging, history was literally bursting out of the ground. The discoveries started multiplying so fast that the old building just couldn't hold the grandeur anymore. Because of that, in 2014, all of these treasures had to be relocated to the magnificent modern complex where they reside today.
Now, Amak Valley, Samanda, Erzin, Harbiye, these are definitely not just ordinary spots on a map. The artifacts packed into the museum's 19 exhibition halls were actually pulled from this incredibly rich and diverse geography. We've got pieces from the fertile mounds of the Amak Valley, the ancient ports of Samanda, all the way to the glorious settlements of Erzin and Harbiye. What the museum is really doing here is presenting us with this brilliant, seamless blend of all these ancient cities, civilizations, and distinct eras.
Section 2. The Memory of Stone. Monumental Discoveries.
All right, meet the undisputed star of the museum, King Supil Ulima. Unearthed at the Tel Tainat Mound in the Amak Valley, this 9th century BC late Hittite king is absolutely breathtaking. I mean, just think about this for a second. This is a massive block of solid basalt weighing exactly 1.5 tons and standing 1.5 meters tall. When you walk into the room, he just stares right at you with all his majesty. You are literally face to face with the heaviest, most tangible representation of ancient power in this region.
Now, what's really interesting about this is the incredible contrast you notice when you look a bit closer. The king is holding a spear in one hand, right, obviously representing military might, but then, in the other hand, there's a stalk of wheat, symbolizing agriculture, fertility, and life. And how about those large, almost surprised-looking eyes? They are made using a special inlay technique with limestone and blackstone. It is just so wild that such a massive, armed king has this very human, almost endearing expression. Oh, and when you look at his back, totally contradicting that warrior vibe, the Hittite hieroglyphs talk entirely about peace and his building activities. It's a brilliant piece of character storytelling.
Leaving the king behind for a moment, let's step over to one of the most intact and spectacular examples of a column sarcophagus anywhere in the world. This is the Roman-era Antioch sarcophagus. We kind of have to read this step by step. First, just looking at the raw material, master sculptors carved this flawless structure from rare marble originating from Sidon or the Prokonosus Islands. Then, as your eyes move to the sides, you see these incredibly dynamic, high-relief lion hunt scenes mixed with door motifs that actually symbolize the transition into the afterlife. And finally, resting at the very top on the lid, we meet the statues of a noble husband and wife resting peacefully together. It is a total masterpiece where marble was treated almost like a painter's canvas.
Section 3. Enchanting Mosaics of Antiquity, the record-breaking collection.
Okay, so this isn't just some dusty ancient text. This is literally the millennia-old version of the modern YOLO, the you only live once philosophy. This striking message, be cheerful, live your life, is written in Greek letters right above the famous skeleton mosaic, who is casually holding a drinking cup. Just picture it.
In ancient Antioch, thousands of years ago, on the floor of some wealthy person's villa, a skeleton figure is basically raising a glass to the guests, telling them, hey, be cheerful, live your life, enjoy the moment. It is honestly so hard to find another artifact that builds such a direct, humorous bridge between ancient citizens and us today.
Of course, that skeleton mosaic is really just the tip of the iceberg here. Looking at the other masterpieces in this massive collection, you have the Soteria mosaic, which represents the health and salvation of the soul and body with this incredibly captivating female bust. Right next to it is Okeanos and Tethys, the sea gods of antiquity. They're surrounded by fish and marine life, crafted in such insane detail, it's honestly like looking into a stone aquarium. Then, the abandoned Ariadne mosaic tells a really sorrowful mythological tragedy with flawless craftsmanship. And finally, the Iacto mosaic steps down from the realm of gods to show us the colorful, everyday street life of ancient Antioch. Every single one of these is like a high-resolution photograph mailed to us from the past.
Section 4. Thousands of years of continuous history, a continuous chronology.
And this brilliantly illustrates our final point. Let's do a rapid-fire review of this massive flow on the historical timeline. As we mentioned, it is not just Roman mosaics here. We have the statue of Antioch's Tyche, the goddess of luck and fortune. Right beside it, bearing the marks of Mesopotamia's powerful Assyrian Empire, are the cuneiform Arsu steles from the era of King Shalmaneser III. Looking at the architecture, the mighty double lion column base of the Hittites greets us as a protector of gates. And of course, there's the massive ancient coin collection minted right in the Antioch Mint. Kingdoms, empires, wars, trade, all built on top of each other, on the exact same land, seamlessly represented as an entirely neutral and unbroken historical feast.
As we wrap up this fascinating virtual guide, it's hard not to think about the sheer labor and permanence behind these incredible artifacts. From the peace messages of kings to the live-in-the-moment philosophy of everyday people, we've basically heard voices from thousands of years ago speaking through stones and colors. So let's end with this one striking question. The era we live in now, today's culture, the things we build today, when all of this is unearthed from beneath the soil thousands of years from now, what exactly will it tell the people of the future about us?